Michael Kroger, former Victorian Liberal President, Steve Conroy, former Labor Senator and Cabinet Minister. Michael Kroger, I mean, I love art. My house is absolutely full of books and pictures, but there is art and there is propaganda. And Albanese today, to me, made clear he wants propaganda from the artist that is funding to help sell his plan for The Voice. I find that rather disgusting.
Well, obviously that's exactly what he's trying to do. It's a wink wink. We're giving you a whole lot of money. We expect support in return and support for The Voice in return. I suppose, Andrew, being facetious but only in part, at least he spent 2 hours with the arts community. He spent 4 hours in Alice Springs and he spent 10 hours at the tennis. So you wonder about the priorities of Albanese at the minute. This fly-in, fly-out visit to Alice Springs is not assuaged by the opening of an art gallery. He needed to spend days there. I mean, I was reminded today, Abbott used to spend a week in an Aboriginal community every year. That was real reconciliation, not the type of FIFO behaviour of Albanese, Andrew.
Got no credit for that, you might recall either, Michael, not from the media.
Correct.
Steve, I don't know whether I should be divulging, your personal holiday itineraries, but you are fresh back from seeing real art overseas. So what do you make of Labor's policy? I mean, honestly, when I see policies like that, straight out of Whitlam, and I see Les Patterson standing there giving me a lecture about the yachts.
Look, there's two distinct paths to this, and the first you mentioned earlier was the requirement that the streaming services will need to show and make Australian content, and I think that's a positive thing. I think that levels the playing field and it ensures that Australian stories and Australian culture has a place going forward. So I have absolutely no difficulty with that. If you look at other countries around the world, it's entirely consistent. So I think this is a positive. I'm not quite as cynical as you that the money on the table for all the other elements of the policy have got anything to do with, a bribe to make people support The Voice. So this propaganda argument
Albanese gave that pitch. He said, do it. He actually said it himself. I just played the clip.
Yeah, no, I watched the clip, but I didn't see that they were in any way connected.
No way.
The arts community
not connected at all.
Will make their own decision about whether they're going to support or not. And I'm not going to say that they're all automatically going to. I'm not going to stereotype people like that. But I don't think that it's very cynical and lowbrow to try and suggest that the two are linked in any way.
They're not linked at all.
It's just a bit of a bit of needle to try and make up for the fact that the country hasn't had any substantive arts or cultural policy for 9 years. And shame on the previous government.
That is so wrong. We spend billions on the arts, absolutely billions. What was today? There was about 300 million. A drop in that ocean. Seriously, for the money we put in, we should be like the Florence of the South, and we're not. We're just not getting reward for all this money.